I haven't got dry skin on my face, have I? Beautiful.
Let's just wing it.
Yeah, that's why I like doing it.
We can
I like winging it. There's nothing here. Okay, cool.
I think so.
Right. Time to talk in-game photography with Duncan Birnie. Yeah. The grin. Have I got anything in my teeth?
No.
So today I'm doing a bit of an informal chat here with a mate of mine. We actually work together. This is Duncan Birnie. Now, he's a photographer, sort of, what do we say, amateur photographer or keen?
Yeah, enthusiast I suppose is the term.
Yeah, when you say amateur it always sounds a little bit like, oh, he's not very good.
Yeah,
you know.
Landscapes, nature, that kind of, yeah.
There we go. So I'll post a link to where you can see his work and things in the comment box. Now, but the reason why I wanted to talk to him today is because he does a particular kind of photography, and now this is kind of open to debate and all that sort of stuff. The actual subject of this photography, because the method he uses is basically it's all set within computer games. A lot of these games have photo modes where you can pause the game at a particular point and then you can use the camera within the game to take pictures, but it's not just like a freeze frame and pausing the shot and kind of, sharing that. They are so intricate, these cameras within the computer game, that you essentially have a real camera there. And that's why I wanted to talk to him about it, because the work that he's done on some of these shots, they've actually kind of gone a bit viral, haven't they?
To a degree, so, yeah.
And the makers of the games have seen it and they've shared it. They've actually featured it at their expos and so on. But that's enough chat from me now. So I'll let Duncan explain a bit more about this particular photo mode in the gaming.
So sort of like as you said, really, it's you get that you get a sort of I sort of almost say digital camera, but I mean virtual camera. Within a digital world. So basically you get you get all the same tools. In certain, all games sort of function differently with it. One of the best examples of, for example, recreation of lenses has been in a game called Hellblade by Ninja Theory. You set it up, and as you change the focal length, as you would on a real zoom lens, the amount of bokeh, however you say it, changes, and you get a shallower depth of field the further you zoom in, just as you would with a real camera. These virtual cameras are just that. They are completely separate from the actual normal gameplay. So you're not stuck in first person mode. You're not stuck in a camera locked behind a body. You literally gain complete free access to to a camera within that world, which is separate
you
to...
can reposition the camera.
Exactly. So if you think of it sort of like, you've got your character here, you're playing, your camera's locked behind third person kind of thing, you're running around the world, but then, you can basically pause that, unlock this camera and just start moving it around, do what you want with it. And then on top of that, you have all the, and again, depending on the game and how much has been put into the photo mode, you then get that those tools like being able to grade it either through filters very basically or more finer tools and then the ability to add effects like depth of field and everything and ultimately I'm still thinking about composition and color and everything, and it's all done, as I say, within the game, and even the grade, and I'm very particular about making sure I do it purely within the game photo mode, so I don't edit the photos afterwards. Any of the images you can see on Twitter that they've sort of retweeted or or on their website or anything like that, that's all it's all done purely in game.
Cool.
So yeah.
So how, just explain how you got your photos seen, because it was in particular when you did the poster.
Yeah, so I used the photo mode to create the images for the posters, and then I went on and basically just added some text and the logo of the games and the game developers and the PlayStation logo and all that, and just with the credits text at the bottom to basically I've called them movie style posters, and people kind of jumped on them as, wow, it looks like Horizon's a film, but actually it's a poster for the game, just in a movie style, in a format that a lot of people recognise. But anyway, the developers got on that, they retweeted them out, and I think I put them out along in over 2 posts, and I think it was like 3,000 likes and
Yeah.
Something
I know. I
stupid
remember.
like
This was
that. My phone ran out of battery and everything, so it's just like, no chance. It's almost my thing, because I went and did it again for Hellblade, and not quite so huge, because the game itself was sort of more of a niche game anyway. But again, the Ninja Theory, the developers of that, they cottoned onto that and retweeted them for me as well. So it's nice to get the recognition, but ultimately I just want the developers to see it because I'm celebrating their games. Yeah, so.
Bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what about your actual approach to a particular shot that you want to create? How do you go about creating that a shot?
So I suppose what I look for as I'm playing that game is the story elements of it, or sometimes it's even just a case of thinking about how a particular part of that game made me feel and trying to capture that then within an image. So for example, there's a shot that I took in Horizon Zero Dawn by Guerrilla Games, and they it's sort of all exploration. It's set 1,000 years in the future. The world's all been destroyed. There's ruins of our civilization. And I remember that first time I found one of these ruins. So I went back and I sort of thought, how did that make me feel? And there was a great place that I was at. And basically it's just, it's this old ruined stadium looming out of the trees as your character is sort of dwarfed by it. And so the sort of recreating that feeling and sort of giving, any good image should always tell a story, but I think that's what I look for. And as part of that, then I sort of try and spin that round and sort of, as I said, because I was sort of involved in video and film and TV and that kind of thing, I like cinematic images, so my shots within games are always given a cinematic style and framed and composed to tell a story first and foremost, but also have that stylistic choice of looking like it could be a paused frame. Yeah,
that's cool. Because what I think a lot of people might be thinking is just, this is just pausing a game essentially, isn't it?
Yeah.
But tell me a bit more about applying the skills of photography to this virtual camera system.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of a case of that, I think that the key thing to remember, particularly for anyone who perhaps doesn't play games at all, is that, in order for me to, if you think about it like with my style as well, in conjunction with my style, having a frame, being able to create that frame really in the real world would involve me being on a high-end production, also being the cinematographer, which I'm not going to be, and literally having a production value that is just ridiculously high. You can get all of that for 40 quid.
So there you go, that's our little chat. Now, I thought maybe you could leave comments as to what you think of this whole photo mode thing. Maybe you haven't even seen what it can do. I've only had a brief play with it in some of the games that I've played, and I know it's just like adjusting the camera position and all that sort of stuff. I haven't gone in as far as Duncan's gone. Do you think this is a legitimate form of photography, or should be considered? I suppose it's almost like when paintings were, before cameras came along, paintings were the only way of sort of doing things, and then drawings and whatever, and then cameras came along, and I bet you the painters are like, that's not real artwork, is it? There's no talent in it, he's just pressing a button. So is it perhaps something like that?
And then waiting half an hour for it to develop.
And all the back then and stuff, before digital and all that stuff. But anyway, so leave your thoughts and comments in the boxes and all that sort of stuff, and I'll post links to all the work and social media things for Duncan where you can see and follow, etc. So hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Happy days.